The number one question I get all the time from folks looking to grow their business is, Rick, where do I find people to talk to? Where do I find new prospects for my business? That's the reason I produce this training, which is seriously one of the most important trainings I've ever done. Effective networking is what I've been doing for 50 years, since 60 years, since I first got started selling door to door many years ago. And since then, my livelihood has depended upon getting one happy customer to refer me to my next. If your business isn't growing, you're either not doing something right or you're not doing something enough. And that something is generally effective networking and relationship building. Effective networking and talking to a lot of people is more important than having a great product or service. Success or failure is dependent upon how many folks you speak with. Get that done right, and everything else falls in place. Today, you'll learn how to draw a crowd, expand your contacts, and how to brand yourself. Never again will you ever have to worry about not having people to talk to. So here we go, in no particular order. My number one favorite, networking events. Chamber of Commerce mixers, happy hour business networking events. Get on Google and search networking events and ask other networkers what events they go to. The idea is to go to as many as possible. And don't pitch anything. It's not about you, it's about them. Just get cards. Be interested in other people and ask them about what they do. Begin a relationship. Funny thing about all these folks at networking events, they all want more contacts just like you do. What a great crowd to associate with. Number 2 is Craigslist, and I've had success by responding to ads in the services section. I figure out a way that their ad relates to me or what I do, and I contact them and begin a conversation to get more information. If they try to close me on something, I just tell them I'm not ready to buy, but I do want their information, and I tell them to add me to their list. By far, my favorite opening line is, tell me what you do and how do I get on your follow-up or update list. Don't pitch your deal. Just ask them to add you to their list and ask if it's okay for you to add them to your list. Number 3 is Facebook friends. Start going through your friends individually. Begin with a message like, hey Jill, we're friends on Facebook and I don't know much about what you do and maybe you don't know much about me. Can you send me some information about what you do and I'll do the same and maybe we can refer each other some business? Don't try to sell them anything. They'll unfriend you. You should have a blog or something up with a free offer. Personally, I send everyone to my site to get my free training, 25 networking resources. Just begin a conversation. Talk about networking or mixers and tell them about some really great sites you've discovered. Mention this video and offer to send them a link to it. After a while, you'll have hundreds and thousands of new contacts that you've added to your contact list. The idea is to add to your list. This is all meant for you to begin a relationship. Facebook groups are really excellent, and they're loaded with potential contacts. Have every interest you can think of: sports, church stuff, politics, networking, every business and profession. I belong to so many I can't even get to all of them. I know folks that have built six-figure incomes working from home, primarily beginning relationships with folks on Facebook groups. You may laugh, but it's happening with kids, middle-aged, and even the old folks are getting in on it. Business cards on bulletin boards, which are everywhere: the car wash, post offices, apartment complexes, laundries. You'll find business cards, advertisements, event announcements. I grab all the cards I can, and then I call them. Now you're going to say, well, Rick, now I have all these leads, these cards. What am I supposed to say? And you're right to be concerned because you want to say the right thing. Right now we're focusing on the 25 great networking resources, but you'll pick up some of my lines in this video. Write them down and make them your own. So the car wash, dry cleaners, oil change shop, printer, community centers, diners, UPS store, Starbucks. Number 6 is your warm market. These are folks you know or think you know, family, friends, and neighbors. Okay, I know what you're thinking. He just said warm market. First, realize if you don't talk to your warm market, your competition will. Google warm market and you'll get thousands of ideas. If you're reluctant or scared to approach your warm market, get with your manager and find out what to say. And you know, warm market referrals are a great resource too. Here's what I say. Hey, listen, Joe, I'm doing a side project and maybe it's not for you, but we're reaching out to some really sharp and ambitious folks. Who do you know that I can give some information to and they can decide if they want to triple their contacts and sales and grow their business? Then shut up and listen for the answer. It's harmless, non-threatening, and most folks are happy to give you at least one name. Sometimes it's them. They want the information. Number 7, people you do business with. The folks that send ads to you, the door hangers, the pizza place, clerk at the store, the guy that bags your groceries. In today's economy with so many unemployed and underemployed, good chance these folks have more education than you and are recovering from an economic collapse. These can be great prospects. I met a nice young lady the other day stocking shelves at Costco. I asked about kitty litter and she took me right to it. She's a recent college graduate with a degree in sociology. Can't find work in her field. Lives with her mom and saving her money to move out. She has 2,800 friends on Facebook, sharing pictures of their cats, restaurant reviews, and makeup tips. Perfect. Google search people. Search your city realtors or insurance or your city cosmetics, vitamins, health food, financial planner, consultants, computers, mechanic. Anyone that says they don't know who to talk to is so not really trying. If you don't know what to say, just call and ask them if they have enough people to talk to about their business. When they say no, send them to my website to get this video. Ask them if it's okay if you add them to your list, where you send out some other really cool business tips. Believe me, everyone says yes. If they say no, you don't want them on your list. You can add 20 to 50 people to your list each week. Number 9, do a Google search for how to get leads, how to meet people, how to market or brand myself, how to make new friends. Get creative. Spend some time on Google and you'll never run out of leads again. You'll end up with so many ideas of where to go and things to do. You'll meet so many interesting people because remember, you're looking for people that you can give something of value to. The selling yourself happens automatically and when the time is right. They're receptive to you and your product or service. Believe me, if you prioritize this, you will build a huge list in no time. Next is meetup.com, which is an awesome site. Search for groups of interest. Start going to events. Meet folks and build your list. Here's something to think about. If your product or service increases someone's happiness, you can earn a lot of money. If you have a product or service that solves a lot of problems, you can get rich. The trick is to just get started and get out and meet some new folks. You don't need to get it right, you just need to get it going. You don't need to know a lot, you just need to know enough. How true is that? You just need the basic how-tos. Then you just have to just do it. And Meetup is a great and easy place to start. Number 11, LinkedIn. Almost 400 million members. Average income is over $100,000 a year. Do you think these might be quality prospects? LinkedIn is free to join and you can upgrade when you're ready. I know folks that make a fortune mining the LinkedIn network. This is where your best prospects hang out. Remember, you're beginning a relationship, not trying to sell something. Reach out and ask someone more about their business and how they promote it. Talk about that sort of stuff and you'll have no problem developing new contacts. If you Google LinkedIn tutorials, you'll be amazed at the opportunities. Number 12, Twitter. It's vastly underrated. I know folks that work from home, totally focused on Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook. Google Twitter tutorials. They're all free, and you'll get an education quickly. See who is marketing in your area and reach out to them. Get a Twitter account and start following folks. You'll get many following you. Connect with anyone that connects with you. You can close more business in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by trying to get people interested in you. Another favorite is YouTube. Go there and search interest groups, hobbies, whatever. Believe me, you can learn a lot about people and what they do by watching their videos. Don't laugh. YouTube is huge. I've personally met folks from YouTube, Facebook, and Meetup, and I've sold everything from multi-million-dollar homes and investment properties to sales training courses. Number 14, churches and religious communities. Go to church and meet someone. Get involved. Volunteer for something. Go to events and connect and build relationships. Don't try to sell anything. Hey, maybe you should pay attention during the service and save your soul. We all have an afterlife waiting for us, and it sure doesn't hurt to prepare. Even if there is no hell, why take a chance? 15. Drop cards. Could be a business card or a fake $100 bill with your name and phone number. Just make a simple ad at home. Cut them out 4 to a page. Nothing fancy. I put them in books at the bookstore. Leave them on tables at Starbucks. Put them in your bank deposits. Put them everywhere. Google drop cards for tons of ideas. Sooner or later, someone picks up the drop card and it should have your message and website on it. 16. Realtor signs. These are the signs of folks with influence. Perfect. Take a photo with your cell phone and call when you get home. They all want to make money and they're looking for leads, and that's you. Don't lie and tell them you want to buy the house. Tell them up front you're not ready to buy it, but ask them if they have a website. Get their email. Ask them how they market themselves. Tell them you're starting a city referral networking group. Ask if you can friend them on Facebook. Ask them if there's a way for you to sign up at their website to get on their update or mailing list. Believe me, they'll practically crawl through the phone to help you get on their list. Thank them cordially and then send them an email that goes to your landing page or website. Relationship building is not an overnight process. It's a methodical, incremental, and professional process of expanding your contact list. Number 17, home for sale magazines. They're at grocery stores, specialty stores, they're everywhere, full of phone numbers and emails. All these folks have spent money on ads and are waiting for the phone to ring. The fastest way to get good at cold calling? Call 50. You may screw up the first few, but take a moment between calls to analyze what worked and what didn't. If you ruin a few calls, who cares? My wife Kim figured out that I had earned over $250,000 in real estate commissions from folks we met doing our little networking thing. It's no wonder I tell folks to just do the damn thing. You don't have to get it right, you just need to get it going. Bandit signs. Check with your local city ordinances so you don't get in trouble, but you've seen these. We buy houses, we buy foreclosures, this type of thing. Some folks really have it figured out. Google bandit signs for ideas. I personally don't use them, but I know of many others that do successfully. Number 19, buttons, hats, slogans on clothing. The point is to generate curiosity. Folks will ask you questions, so be prepared to answer their questions with a question. I remember the lady that cleaned our house. One day she showed up wearing a button, lose weight, ask me how. So I did. I asked her how. And she asked me how much I wanted to lose. How long had I been trying to lose weight? What diets had I tried? Pretty good, right? Yep, I signed up, and she took my first order. It all started with her wearing a button and answering my questions with a question. Anyway, I laugh when I hear someone say, "Oh, I couldn't do that." Whatever. Number 20, car signs and magnets. Say something that generates curiosity and a simple website or phone number. You're trying to get them to a website or recorded call, or to call you. They're more likely to call than to go to a website while driving, so be prepared for your phone to ring. Years ago, when I was with Red Carpet Realty, I had this huge maroon Buick Electra. On the side doors, they had big placards advertising me, that I sold millions and I can sell yours too, and my phone number in huge print. Anyway, car signs can be really great if you're prepared for the calls. Number 21, charity events. Lots of really decent people that like to help other people. These folks are all givers, not takers. Excellent targeted marketing. Everyone's friendly, and these are really great prospects. No one is shy at a charity event. Everybody asks, "What do?" You do the same and collect cards. Just be friendly and no sales pitches. And when you call, it's a great intro. "Hi, Joe. I met you last night at the charity event," and away you go. For a small donation of time or money, you can meet an entirely new circle of contacts and do some good at the same time. Number 22, trade show booths. Don't get a booth. Go visit the folks that have a booth. Get their cards and follow up whenever the show ends. These folks all spent money to meet others and add to their contact lists. Yes, they will try to sell you something. If asked, just reply, "Probably not ready yet, but I may be very soon. Can I still get the information and stay in touch with you?" These are excellent leads, and they're all ambitious folks. Number 23, public events. Swap meets, farmers market, art shows, auctions, sporting events, social events, demonstrations, protests. These events are daytime, nighttime, weekends, Always something going on. Lots of folks milling around. Good leads of folks out trying to get involved instead of sitting at home on the sofa. Remember, if you add 10 contacts a day to your list, after 30 days you have well over 300. In a year, that's 3,000 to 4,000 people that you never knew. Number 24, children's events are a great place to meet people. Sporting events at schools and at parks and auditoriums, high school gyms, school plays, concerts. Volunteer. You get to meet all the other volunteers, and they're all really great prospects. Each of those folks knows hundreds of others that you don't know and will never know unless you begin a relationship. So get off that sofa, turn off the TV, get out of the house, and let the world see how amazing you are. Number 25, restaurants and store owners, the most socially connected folks in town. Ask if you can hold meetings there. This can be a really big deal. This is how Kim and I started. We just asked if we could have a group meet there. Some places told us no, but we ended up with free space at some really nice restaurants. And they offered free munchies and happy hour specials to our beginning small group. Now we get so many that we meet at the huge Biltmore Embassy Suites Garden Lounge. It's huge. If all of our members showed up at the same event, we'd have a big problem. So that's the best 25. And with only a few, you can have enough leads to last you the rest of your life. If you can't get rich in your business with these ideas, you might need a better business. You know, most of my business, of my coaching rather, is the realization that if you've been in a business for more than a year or so and you don't clearly see a six-figure income developing, you're either in the wrong business or you're doing it all wrong. If you plan on making it in a business long term and you don't have exclusivity or obvious superiority in a product or service, something easily recognized as such by the majority of people, you may be in a slow boat going nowhere. So assuming you do have an exciting business, meeting new people is the only way to grow it. If you want to be effective, don't try all 25 of these ideas at once. Pick a few and get really good at them. With a modest effort, you can meet thousands of people and absolutely never run out of folks to talk to about your business. And you'll never run out of leads for the rest of your life. That's the same trick to effectively communicating with your leads. You want to say the right things. Develop relationships where your contacts begin to know, like, and trust you so that whenever they hear from you, your blog or newsletter or whatever, they get value, something they can use, something that adds real value to their life. I don't tell you my stories to impress you, rather to impress upon you that I know what I'm doing and you can do it too. The best and fastest way to learn and perfect your skills is just go do it. Don't be afraid to fail. Nothing worthwhile in this world was ever achieved without first being preceded by failure. Believe me, we got it easy today and more people than ever to talk to. I've operated in the relationship and business development world for nearly 40 or 50 years, and one thing I've learned is that effective personal and social media networking has nothing to do with just meeting lots of people. Effective networking is building strong connections and building relationships with people who are in or have influence within your target market. These are the folks that can provide you with referrals to others at a decision maker level. You can earn as much or more from referrals as you might from your original contacts. For some strange and very bizarre reason, many business and personal networking behaviors too often reflect the expectation that a conversation or meeting occurs for the purpose of an instant sale or an instant opportunity. That's ludicrous and reflects one's total misunderstanding of networking and relationship building. All great relationships, especially the ones that provide leads, referrals, and opportunities, take time to develop and require trust before they can be leveraged. In today's language, people have to know, like, and trust you before anything meaningful occurs. To wrap up here, you can collect all the Twitter followers, Facebook friends, LinkedIn contacts, and business cards you want. There's no value in only a quantity of contacts. It's of little value in having 10,000 Facebook friends if no one knows anything about you or if you have no relationship. The only financial value you will ever obtain from all your contacts and relationships is when you invest time and energy in effectively building a genuine trust relationship with as many folks as possible. As you get really good at that, then you become even more successful in your business as your skills positively affect even larger masses of people. Well, thank you for your time on this training, and I'll see you on the blog.